Wife cheated on me and called me too stupid to realize. So on her birthday, I show her how stupid can I be. Hey everyone, I'm Mark. I'm 42 years old and my job, well, how do I put it? I'm a software engineer. Sounds pretty dry, right? But actually, it demands you be extremely meticulous, to pay attention to every single tiny detail. Who knew that very skill would end up being my salvation, but also the very thing that helped me uncover a truth so profoundly painful? I was married for 15 years to Daisy, the woman I once thought was the light of my life. 15 years, guys. More than a decade. To me, Daisy wasn't just my wife, she was my best friend, my perfect partner, my entire world. We had a life anyone would dream of. A beautiful home, stable careers, and most importantly, a love I believed nothing could ever shake. I trusted her absolutely, always. If anyone asked me about the definition of happiness, I'd talk about our weekend afternoons gardening together, those spontaneous road trips, or simply our dinners, telling each other everything under the sun. I remember it vividly. On our wedding day, I promised myself I'd put her first in every decision, every step of my life. I loved her more than anything. But then, things eventually come to a head. Over the last 3 or 4 years, I started noticing small changes, really tiny ones. But looking back now, they were the first cracks. Daisy began to be out more often, always with excuses like work or seeing friends, often coming home late with the smell of alcohol and strange perfume. Her phone was always locked tight, screened down whenever I came near. We weren't as close as we used to be, physically or emotionally. I'd ask, try to connect, suggest therapy, but she'd always brush it off, blaming me for overthinking, saying she was too busy with work to explain anything to me. I believed her, blindly, telling myself I was probably just being too sensitive. But then, one Christmas Eve, my world shattered. I remember that Christmas Eve like it was yesterday. It's burned into my mind every single second. We'd just gotten back from her company party, and Daisy seemed a little tipsy. She fell asleep on the sofa. Her phone slipped from her hand and landed on the floor. Normally, I'd never touch her phone because I trusted her, But that night, for some reason, I picked it up. The screen was bright, and a new message had just popped up. My heart pounded, not from curiosity, but from a strange premonition. The message was from a name I didn't recognize, Troy. I tapped on it, and my world collapsed. It wasn't just flirting. The messages were explicit to the point of being disgusting. They talked about having been in bed together multiple times, about not being able to wait for the next one. Troy said he'd book a hotel near their office right after Christmas, and Daisy replied that she was looking forward to much more than just seeing him, followed by those tongue emojis. I couldn't believe my eyes. They had done it multiple times. I felt like a huge block of ice was forming in my chest. I stood there, clutching her phone as if it were a ticking bomb. Suddenly, it hit me. I grabbed my own phone and with trembling hands snapped a few screenshots, just as Daisy stirred slightly. I woke her up, trying to keep my voice as calm as possible, but inside a volcano was erupting. Holding the phone out in front of her, I immediately asked, "Daisy, what is this?" And you wouldn't believe her reaction. She looked at my phone, her eyes initially showing shock, then they immediately narrowed, turning into a cold fury. She snatched her phone back, deleted the entire conversation instantly, and then brazenly said, "What are you talking about, Mark? There's no message like that. Are you hallucinating? Prove it." I immediately held out my phone, the screenshots clear as day. She still didn't flinch. "Oh, those? That's just virtual. It's an office joke, We've never even met in real life. Did you know that? Don't get the wrong idea." To prove her innocence, she pulled a stunt that still sends chills down my spine. Right in front of me, she opened her messaging app and sent Troy a text asking if he'd booked the hotel yet. Troy immediately denied it. Then she asked again, "Do you really want us to meet?" Troy again denied it. They coordinated this whole charade perfectly, as if they'd rehearsed it beforehand. Then she started crying, tears streaming down her face, telling me I'd hurt her deeply, questioning why I didn't trust her, why I doubted her love. She swore up and down she'd never talk to Troy again, that this was just a silly mistake due to work stress. And I, the idiotic fool that I was, because I loved her too much, because I wanted to believe our marriage wasn't a joke, I believed her again. I held her, comforted her, and told myself everything would be okay. Oh, naive, foolish Mark from back then, my eyes were truly blind. I really tried, guys. I tried so hard to forget that damn Christmas Eve and to believe Daisy's heartfelt promises. I told myself maybe I was just overthinking things. A few weeks later, Daisy even changed her phone password, saying it was for better security. I just nodded along. But no matter how hard I tried, that nagging feeling just kept clinging to me, whispering in my ear that I was a fool, that I'd been tricked, and I really had been tricked. Weeks later, I needed an OTP verification code sent to Daisy's phone to log into a shared account. She was in the shower, so I picked up her phone, and like a slap to the face, right below that code, I saw them. More messages from that damn Troy. This time, there was no denying it. One message was his sweaty, shirtless selfie standing in front of a gym mirror drenched in sweat. And there was an audio clip attached too. My heart felt like it was going to burst out of my chest. I didn't even need to open that audio clip to know what disgusting things were going on. My blood boiled. I felt like I'd just been torn apart by a traitorous dog. When Daisy walked out of the shower, I handed her the phone. My face must have been ghostly white. "Explain this, Daisy. What the hell is this now?" She flinched for a second, but quickly regained that frightening composure. "Oh, that, honey? He was just showing off his gym progress. It's normal stuff for gym buffs. And the other times we talked, it was just about work. You don't need to worry. He just texts whenever he feels like it." She kept talking to me like I was an idiot. "Work? He's shirtless, flexing his muscles for you to see, and that's work?" I tried to stay calm, my voice trembling. "All right then, let me see your chat history with him. You said it's just work, so what's there to hide?" Daisy's face paled slightly. Then she put on that pitiful expression again. "Oh no, I'm so sorry, honey. I accidentally deleted the chat history. You know how it is. Sometimes I just clean up my phone." Accidentally deleted the entire thing? That lie was so blatant, I just wanted to smash the phone right in her face. But I managed to hold back. I was still clinging on. Daisy started crying again, hugging me. "See, I'm changing because you don't trust me. I need you to trust me, then I'll have the motivation to change." It was master-level manipulation, and back then, I, the fool, was just a puppet in her hands. Things only got worse. I noticed Daisy started spending more lavishly from our joint account. When I brought up saving or creating a budget, she'd blow up. "Are you trying to control my money? Are you not man enough to give me the life I deserve? I earn my own money." Then she slowly started alienating herself from my family. My mom, my sisters, everyone loved Daisy. But Daisy was always busy, always had an excuse not to join our warm family gatherings. Looking back now, I know exactly what she was busy with. What's hidden in the bag eventually comes out, and this time, it was about to pierce my heart. I was in this bewildered state, half believing, half doubting for weeks. It was like a dark cloud constantly hovering over my head. Daisy kept manipulating me, planting thoughts in my mind that I was overly suspicious, that I needed to see a therapist. I started to doubt myself, wondering if I was actually losing my mind. Then, one afternoon, I was in the kitchen making dinner. Daisy was in her office, the door slightly ajar. I heard her talking. It seemed like she was on a video call with friends. But strangely, her headphones didn't seem to be working, and the sound was coming from the Bluetooth speaker she usually kept in the kitchen. At that moment, I didn't think much of it, just let it be. Until I heard my name. Not Mark in an affectionate, intimate way, but him. Daisy was cackling, and her voice, it was filled with utter contempt. She said, "That Mark is too stupid to even realize. Seriously, it's been 15 years and he still hasn't suspected a thing. Sometimes I wonder how he's lived this long being so stupid," and her friends giggled along. The feeling at that moment, it was like a knife plunged straight into my heart, then twisted around, shredding it to pieces. My blood ran cold. I stood frozen in the kitchen, holding my breath, listening to every single word. "Oh, Troy, he's amazing, so thoughtful," Daisy continued, her voice full of infatuation. "Completely different from Eric. Mark honestly doesn't even compare. He just lives in his own little naive dream world." She even mentioned Eric, the name of her supposed best friend, the guy she always said was like a brother to her. Then she went on and on about how she'd been seeing Troy for 4 years now, pretty regularly. Before him, there were a few others, shorter flings, but Troy was different. 4 years. Did you hear that, guys? 4 years. I'd been getting cheated on, and she had others too. And she even went into explicit detail about recent intimate and sexual encounters with Troy, the places they met, the disgusting things they did, all accompanied by the delighted giggles of her friends. I just stood there like a statue, listening to my own wife expose everything. Cold sweat was running down my back. She even bragged, her voice dripping with self-satisfaction, that she'd almost gotten caught a few times, but because of her stupid husband, that's me, she easily got away with it. In her eyes, I was just too trusting. And the peak of her contempt, her cruelty, was when she revealed that Troy was also married, but that was the best part, she said, because it was much safer. He wouldn't demand serious commitment. Guys, in that moment, my entire world completely collapsed. No, not just collapsed, it exploded into dust. There was no more shock, no more sadness, no more pain. All that was left was an ice-cold chill to my bones, an absolute fury, and an unbreakable resolve. I just stood there, trying not to make a sound, pretending I hadn't heard anything. But in my head, a plan was slowly forming, detailed and ruthless. She thought I was stupid, didn't she? Well, I was going to show her. An experienced software engineer like me once determined just how perceptive and cold I could be. And she was going to pay for every single word, every despicable, disgusting action. That night, when I overheard Daisy's venomous words from the kitchen, it was probably the most fateful night of my life. There was no more pain, no more shock, just a bone-deep chill. My emotions completely froze. I had been weak enough. Now it was time to execute justice. I channeled all my anger and pain into planning, a plan no one could have ever seen coming, especially not Daisy. She thought I was stupid? Fine, I was going to show her exactly what a stupid guy could do. I started with the easiest part, financial tracking. Daisy used to accuse me of controlling money, but honestly, I just wanted to know where my money was going. I went through all our joint bank transactions, every single credit card expense, and I found them. Abnormal expenses popped up thick and fast. Expensive spa treatments, designer clothes, mysterious gifts she claimed were for clients or friends. Clearly, they were presents for her lover, paid for with my money. Next, I leveraged my expertise as an engineer, technology. Daisy was always careful with her phone, but she was too careless with other things. Meticulously, I installed hidden cameras in a few inconspicuous spots in the living room and hallway. They were tiny, barely noticeable, and connected to my private server. I wanted to see if she was brazen enough to bring her lover home. On our shared computer, I recovered thousands of deleted photos, emails, and messages, including intimate pictures of Daisy and Troy from business trips she claimed to take alone. Looking at those photos, I felt disgusted, like a knife was twisting in my gut. And then, the ultimate move is in Daisy's car. She used to drive it to work all the time, and I knew exactly what she was using it for. I carefully placed a small, discreet voice recorder under the driver's seat. Every night, I'd secretly retrieve the memory card and listen. Each phone call with Troy, every flirtatious remark, every plan to meet up, every detail about their intimate acts. It was like a horror movie, and I was the protagonist being tortured. From those recordings, I gathered quite a bit of information about Troy. It wasn't hard at all to find more details about him on social media, and that's how I found Troy's wife. Her name was Mary. Looking at their happy family photos on Facebook, I felt a pang of pain. I wasn't the only victim here. Mary was a victim too, and she deserved to know the truth. Throughout all this, Daisy remained completely oblivious. She still thought she was in control of the game, still laughing, still feigning concern. And I was like a brilliant actor playing the role of a loving husband, a weak, easily manipulated, and easily deceived husband. Every night when she was fast asleep, I'd sit alone in my office surrounded by mountains of evidence, calm to a terrifying degree. The plan was drawn, and now it was time to execute. Once I had all that evidence in my hands, I knew I couldn't hesitate any longer. The first thing I did was find a lawyer, not just any lawyer, but a sharp, tough one, a veteran in these kinds of cases. I booked an appointment, and sitting across from her, I poured out everything. I showed her all I'd collected, from the screenshots to the messages, the disgusting recordings, to the suspicious bank transactions, and even the hidden camera footage. The lawyer's eyes widened in astonishment, and she kept nodding. "Mark, this is an extremely strong case. I've never seen a situation where the evidence was this complete and clear. We can make her pay." Hearing that, I felt a strange sense of relief. Finally, I could see the light at the end of the tunnel. The plan was ready, and I divided it into 3 stages, all aimed at a single day, Daisy's birthday. One day before Daisy's birthday, I delivered the first blow. With my lawyer, I went to the bank. I withdrew 50% of the money from all our joint accounts and transferred it to my personal account. Then I froze all joint accounts and credit cards linked to my name. A simple act, yet incredibly powerful. Daisy wouldn't be able to access any funds from those accounts anymore. Not only that, I also canceled all automated payments Daisy had set up and transferred all other bills to my personal account, ensuring my life wouldn't be impacted later on. She was used to spending my money without a second thought, and now she would have to face a harsh reality. Not a single dime of my money would reach her hands again. Right after I froze the accounts, my phone started ringing off the hook. It was all Daisy, sending annoying messages asking if I knew what was going on, why her card was declined, why she couldn't withdraw money. I played dumb, telling her it was probably just a glitch, to go enjoy her birthday, and I'd sort it out later. Along with freezing the finances, I made another move I believed was necessary. Troy was also a cheater, and he deserved to pay too. I put together a package of documents. In it, I handpicked about 20 of the clearest, most intimate, and most secret photos of Daisy and Troy. I also included copies of hotel bills with both their names, and most importantly, detailed transcripts of the most disgusting conversations from the voice recordings in Daisy's car. Everything was laid out crystal clear. I sent this package to Mary's house, Troy's wife, via a delivery service that required a signature. I wanted to make absolutely sure she received it. I also included a short note stating that Mary deserved to know the truth about her husband, Troy, and his long-term affair with Daisy, and that she had the right to decide what to do with that information. I wanted Mary to know exactly who destroyed her family, and I wasn't going to hide. I wasn't scared anymore. The game had begun. Daisy's birthday finally arrived. She was expecting a lavish party with friends full of fake well-wishes. I, however, had something different in mind. I had prepared a special gift, one she would never forget. My lawyer had all the divorce papers ready. Every page, every word was clear and detailed. And most importantly, the reason for the divorce was explicitly stated as adultery. Not only that, I also asked my lawyer to include a summary of all the evidence I had collected. I knew Daisy had booked a table at a fancy restaurant for her birthday celebration. I instructed a professional process server to go there. Their mission was simple: hand Daisy the divorce papers directly at the party, right in front of all her friends. That's right, I wanted it to be public. She had publicly humiliated me, now it was her turn to face her own humiliation. You know, guys, I had been waiting for this moment for so long. The feeling of seeing the world of the person who betrayed me finally start to crumble. It's strange. It's not exactly joy, but a cold, hard satisfaction. And then Daisy's birthday finally arrived, just as I had planned. I wasn't there, but I could picture everything playing out like a movie. Daisy was probably sitting at a fancy dinner table, chatting away with her friends, receiving sparkly gifts. She thought she was the queen of the night. Then, a strange man walked into the restaurant. It was the process server I'd hired. He walked straight to Daisy's table, asked for her by name, and after confirming it was her, he politely placed a thick white envelope right in front of her. Every sound in the restaurant seemed to just die out. Daisy, with a forced smile, picked up the envelope and opened it. Her eyes quickly scanned the first few lines, and then her face went sheet white, drained of all color. "What is this?" she shrieked, a piercing scream that made everyone in the restaurant turn to stare. She threw the envelope onto the floor, papers scattering everywhere. It was the divorce papers, and attached to them was a detailed summary of all the evidence of her affair. Daisy jumped up, starting to yell at the process server, sobbing uncontrollably. She completely lost it. Her hair was a mess, her face streaked with tears. She was howling meaningless words like a demon unchained. The restaurant manager quickly appeared, demanding she and her friends pay and leave. The entire lavish birthday party instantly devolved into chaos. Daisy's friends initially tried to calm her down, but Daisy wouldn't listen. She just kept screaming. Even one of Daisy's closest friends, someone she'd laughed about me with, called me. She left a voicemail, her tone filled with rage that I was a cruel, heartless bastard. She was completely devastated because of what I did. She didn't deserve it. Didn't deserve it? I just listened to that voicemail and smirked. She deserved everything that was happening and more. The play had only just begun, and Daisy finally had to face the consequences of what she had sown. Daisy's birthday ended like a nightmare for her, and that was just the beginning, guys. When someone has lived a lie for too long, they can't stand firm when the truth is exposed. Right after the restaurant incident, Daisy called me countless times, sent endless texts. Her tone? Oh, you wouldn't believe it. From furious rage to pathetic pleading, then back to threats that I'll regret this, give her money back, and I have no right to do this. But me, I stayed calm. I knew exactly where she was and what she was up against. Daisy had no personal savings because she'd blown it all on frivolous fun, on gifts for Troy, on other useless things. When the joint account was frozen and her credit card stopped working, she was like a beached fish. Her leased car was repossessed because no one was making the payments anymore. My lawyer sent an official notice, forcing Daisy to vacate the house within 48 hours. She tried to fight it, but my evidence was just too overwhelming. In the end, she had to pack her bags and crash with a friend. I heard that after just a few days, even that friend was getting sick of her. Because let's be honest, no one wants to be around someone who only knows how to use and manipulate others for long. The story of Daisy's birthday of the century spread faster than a virus. Our mutual friends, the ones who once looked at Daisy with admiration, now knew her true colors. The rumors even reached Daisy and Troy's workplace. Mary, Troy's wife, also took action. I don't know the specifics of what she did, but I heard whispers that she publicly exposed Troy and Daisy at their workplace, even posting about it on social media. Troy and Daisy's secret affair, the one she thought was so safe, fell apart instantly. And then what I expected happened. Daisy lost her job. It wasn't a quiet exit either. She worked at the same company as Troy, and, once an affair scandal is exposed, especially with someone who's married, no company wants to keep someone like that. Even if they didn't state the reason publicly, everyone understood. With her reckless lifestyle, her finances were completely depleted. She, once a successful woman, suddenly became penniless, without a dime to her name. This was the final devastating blow. Daisy lost everything she ever boasted about. I heard through the grapevine that even Daisy's own family expressed profound disappointment. They simply couldn't stomach her behavior and refused to offer her any financial support or a place to stay. Daisy had lost everyone she ever thought she could use or lean on. After losing everything, Daisy started calling and texting me non-stop. The content kept changing like a madwoman, sometimes threatening me, sometimes begging for forgiveness, sometimes tearfully apologizing, then blaming me for turning her into this. She even texted me saying she was going to kill herself. And my reaction? I felt nothing anymore, and I didn't believe her lies for a second. I simply informed my lawyer to document the incident, knowing it would serve as proof of her instability in the divorce proceedings. I maintained a chilling calm. Everything was going exactly as planned. Karma finally had come for Daisy. Finally, the divorce was finalized. It was a long, exhausting process, but I knew I did the right thing. Daisy even tried to demand alimony, guys. Can you believe that? After everything she did, she still had the nerve to ask me for money. But my lawyer wasn't messing around. All she had to do was threaten to present all the evidence of Daisy's infidelity and manipulation in court, and Daisy immediately backed down. She knew that once all that was publicly exposed in court, she'd lose everything, and her reputation would be so tarnished she'd never recover. In the end, Daisy had to withdraw her request for alimony. She didn't get a single dime.
So Daisy lost everything. She lost her husband, the man she cheated on for 15 years. She lost her money, all the things she once considered hers, from her car to her bank accounts. She lost her career because no company wants to be associated with someone so scandalous. She lost her dignity, the very thing she'd treated like trash. She lost her friends, the ones who turned their backs on her once they knew the truth. And most importantly, she even lost her relationship with Troy, the guy she thought was better than me. Karma is a bitch indeed. Daisy sowed the wind and she reaped the typhoon. Looking back, I lost more than a decade living a lie. 15 years of marriage, but the last 4 were pure torture. I lost the world I built, a world where Daisy was at the center. It hurt so much, truly excruciatingly. But I'm not the Mark of old anymore. That stupid, blind, trusting Mark is dead. I've found myself again, a stronger, more resilient version. I've learned to trust my gut, to never ignore warning signs, and most importantly, to protect myself. I want to extend my sincere thanks to all of you who watched my story. Maybe you've been in a similar situation, or maybe you simply gave me strength. The online community helped me see the truth clearly and gave me the motivation to move forward. Daisy once thought I was stupid enough to realize what she was doing. But I showed her that when you do extreme things, the consequences will be just as extreme. I lost my world, but now I'm building a new one. A world without lies, without betrayal. And I'm no longer a blind worshiper at the altar of a false god. I am free. Thank you for listening to today's story from the Guilty Notes channel. If this story resonated with you, please like, share this video, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss other emotional real-life stories and valuable lessons. See you in the next video.